may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
2nd and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Back to throw now on first down. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Going to give this time to the tailback. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Powerful running. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. This week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Chris Jones drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. It's a big play for the Jaguars. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
From the 10, 1st and goal.
Let's go, D.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And now here's a carry heading left. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back to Taylor on first down. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Myles Jack working free that time to take him down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He'll look to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now a handoff, Taylor with it. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores on the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
More problems here on 3rd down. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
Brandon, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. Wiggles free. Still fighting for more. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First and 10, Taylor now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, he gets away from 1. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On the handoff, Taylor. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 2nd and 3. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 11. And to give this time to the tailback. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run with Taylor. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. They give to Taylor out of the gun. A little juke. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Running left, Taylor shreds the tackle. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 152 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season here. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. Now a give to Taylor. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Again, he finds an opening. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. And that is going to do it for the quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 27. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They're going to look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Okereke in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance of the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They run once more with Taylor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, sometimes, Brent, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
On first down, it's Taylor. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Partner, remember back in the first half when you talked about them passing up on the 3 when they went for it on 4th down?
And it changes your options, doesn't it? Because if they took the 3 there, we've got a tie ball game on our hands, and maybe the thinking on this drive absolutely changes.
Yeah, you talked about filing that play away for later. Now we resurface it. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll get that underneath Etienne. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it. So for Indianapolis, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.